and this is what we got.
Do you remember the date?
It was about 4 weeks ago. I don't even know what month it is. I guess it was like March 28th, I believe we went. This is, I was going to put up a map of Corden, but I lost the address. You can start from here, and everybody knows where Corden is, right? I live in Louisville, so it took me a minute. It took me like 2 hours to get there. It's only a 45-minute drive. But it's like right outside, it's I-64. I-64? Yes. It's right behind, I drove past and I was like, oh, it's a monastery, it's going to be out in the middle of nowhere. No. It was like right behind a gas station. I mean, this was a really windy road. I would suggest taking a truck if you do go, because this hill we could not get up with my car. I'm down there at the bottom. This is a hill that we walked up. It was an adventure. And this is a little bit farther up the hill. This is a view. You can see the mountains and the river right there, and the road is, you can't even see the road. That's how high, oh, I think it's right here. Right here. This is the road that we came on. This is the top of the hill where I was taking the original picture. This is the rest of it going up. Now we've gone through the bend. We're carrying food up. Things that I took potatoes, but I didn't really know where to get tofu at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I brought I took bread, peppers, potatoes, tomatoes, different fruits and vegetables. From where we made it around the bend, and this is the rest of the hill going up. Right here on the side is one of their vehicles, and down at the bottom where my car was one of their other vehicles that they had lost in the flood. It was like a really bad rain. And there's their vehicle. We've walked up past the bend. Now we're getting closer to where he lives right when you come up to the monastery, because when you go to a monastery, you're greeted by the main monk, the one that's in charge of the whole place. So he lives like right here, and I didn't know that, or I would have knocked on his door. This is up where they have just built a outdoor, I guess like prayer area. There's his house. This is it right here. It's like they put chairs in here, or they can put, they said that they put like, they have prayer services, like people can come and they do them outside, and they'll take the tarps off in the air. It's nice and airy and pretty outside. But if it's raining or storming, they'll go to the main building. This back door, back here, this is where the room is that they've created. This is a little boy. He showed me around. He's living at the monastery with the monks, along with a lot of other children and boys similar to his age. And they go to normal school every day, like we did when we were little. I thought it was really, really pretty. It's a little bit different than the one that's in the main building. And these are the statues that are right behind this building. There are a lot. And I didn't get to figure out all of them, what they were. But as I go through, these are the disciples, I believe, and Buddha. And these are at the very top. It's up, you go up a hill and you can see all of them, and they cascade down. I have a picture of it. See, they're really gorgeous. They brought these from Vietnam. They were shipped here, and they placed them with cranes. I guess it was like, I think he said 5 years ago.
No, almost 10 years.
10 years? Oh my gosh. And there's, at the main statues, a lot of these they have recordings of, it sounds, we were like, where is that noise coming from? We thought they were like in the woods chanting, but it was like, it was a speaker, and it was transmitting recording, which was really cool. It was really beautiful, and This guy right here, I don't know if I have an up-close picture, but he's like a lion thing. We were trying to figure out, all of us, it was the nun and the little boy, we were trying to figure out what he did, but he's supposed to be protector of everybody here. Keep away the bad people. Now this is the start of our next adventure, because we were like, this is not it. I've seen the building in his pictures. So we start off from where the statues are, and this is another hill. And we're like, well, we're gonna go find some people, because we just couldn't find anybody. So we walk around and we see this building, and we notice that we finally arrived. Off to my left there was, this is one of their statues, and they pray to this one when bad things are happening and they're afraid and they don't, they just, that's what she told me. Pray for refuge or to protect them. This is the front of his building, and off to the side here is their kitchen that they just built, which you can't see. And in front, you can't see it, but it's over here. They have this this thing that has been built. It's a whole map of, I put these pictures together because it's in a big case, it's huge. But this is where we started, this is where my car is, like all the way down here. And we walked up, this is where the van is, and this is where he lives right here, and all the statues are back here. And then you come around, and there's the statue that I told you about, that they pray to, and this is, oh no, this is the main building, right? Is that the main building?
The red one is the main building.
Main building is right here?
Yeah,
and this,
oh.
Okay. And then this is where the nuns live, and the other monks. I didn't get to see those. All right, and this is inside the main building. This is where the wedding took place, if anybody got to go to that. But I took my shoes off, I almost walked on the carpet without my shoes on. But they have these set out where they do their meditations, and they have books, and there's one of the other little girls. And we saw these on some of our videos where lay people had the books set out for them. Bill's pretty.
We eat every morning.
Every morning?
Yeah.
Yes, at 4 o'clock you rise to, every morning at 4. And then they eat before 12, right? 12 o'clock. This is in the dining hall. It's, I guess you could fit like 30 people in there. They have posters up everywhere, pictures. These are all the books. He brought one of them just class, but I mean they cover the entire length of the wall. And then there's pictures all over the walls of him doing work out in the community and things that they've done. They led us around and they showed us, this is on the back of the building. This is the room for deceased people. They pray for them 45 days. 49 days. And this helps give them better karma in the afterlife, so they can come back reincarnated as something better. But there's pictures all over this. People from they come and you could pray. You could take your picture of your grandma right now and put it in there and pray for her. I thought that was really cool. I didn't want to walk in there because I was trying to not overstep my bounds. And this one is the nun that led us around. She did all the chants for me for all the statues. This is, she said she was about to be in a car accident one day, or she saw one, and she started praying to this this deity, and it kept her from crashing. She said that you go to this when something bad's happening and you want to be protected. They protect you. And then here's another statue, and they have a garden that there were fish in here. There are fish in here. But she said the summer's coming, so they're gonna start planting more flowers. She was outside planting things. And does anybody have any questions?
What's your name again?
Amy?
Amy. Thank you.
Yes.
I wondered what the statues were made of.
Marble,
Marble, yeah.
white marble.
They were very heavy.
Heavy, and that's why it could last with this high weather.
Oh yeah.
You cannot have to surround it like music.
And then I also wondered about your car not making it up the hill. Was it just because it had been raining and the road was a little washed out?
Oh no, I mean the incline was at least on the first half of it, but it was, I guess I didn't go there before the rain, but it was really dug out and stuff, the tire marks. He has a little bitty car and he got up it, so I probably could have, but my car's broken right now.
Just gotta get a little gas.
Yeah, my tie rod is, I was like, I'm not gonna push it and get stuck out in court, and then my tie rod broke, so it's like.
How many statues total, like, are there?
I didn't count them, but I thought there was like
We'll have
20,
almost 40 of them.
30.
The middle one on the top there, you see on the top, there's just almost 10,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
We use the crane to lift it up. Yeah, have the whole 18 truck rolls come up to the view.
Yeah, that's
Was
what
it
I.
the
Oh,
same person who carved them all?
Yeah,
Or-
they carved in Vietnam like me.
and in the cafeteria or the dining room, they had images of when he said the Dalai Lama came. There was a bunch of monks that came to his monastery, and they did the 3-step 1 bow all the way up the hill to the monastery. It took them, I think, 2.5 hours to get all the way to the main building. And I was gonna try it, but like I said, it's really rocky. That's when I was like, I thought about it.
And how many acres is that?
80 acres.
80?
Yeah. But they're constantly adding on to the buildings. He said they want to have that main building. They want to make it completely like level with the ground because it kind of goes up because it's on an incline. But making some great progress.
That was a nice presentation. How long did it take you to make it? I mean, how long did you stay there?
About 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yes, and we got to try the food. I didn't take an image of it, but the same bread that I brought, the loaves of Italian bread, we had that. What looked like Chinese food, like, chicken fried rice and stuff. That's what it looked like. And then there was this kind of stew. It was like curry and tofu in there. I wasn't hungry, but my boyfriend ate all of it, and he said it was really good. He's like, I didn't even know there was tofu. He's like, oh, we're eating meat. And he's like, and the other gentleman that usually comes in here is like, oh no, there's no meat. And he's like, what is this? But it tasted really good.
It wasn't chicken?
No, it was tofu.
Okay.
But you can flavor it, and you can make it almost any flavor you want, almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, how many children live there? And, are they children of the monks and nuns before they became monks?
Well,
and
the
nuns, or-
little boy, I think there was 4 or 5 that I saw, and a lot of adults. There was maybe like 6 adults that I saw, that I got to see. I saw some in the kitchen, and the nun, she went with me. But the little boy that that took me around, he's from New Jersey, and he's here for a year to live at their monastery, and I guess his parents are still in New Jersey. But I don't know why, he never said why he went there, but I'm guessing maybe that's, their parents send them there to learn. But I saw there was 3 little boys along with him.
Yeah, 2 of them, my nephew and niece, and the other one, they came from New Jersey, and 2 of them came from New Jersey. They came by themselves, and then one is staying in the monastery, and they never forced them. even their parents forced them to stay, but it's not the case. They want to stay and be quiet there, quiet places.
And then he said the bus comes and picks them up at the street every day to go to school. But I asked him, I was like, hey, do you want to be a monk one day? And he was like, I'm not ready. I was like, well, one day do you want to be a monk? He never answered me, but
Did you learn anything about how to behave or what the rules were?
No, when I first came, I didn't recognize anybody, and I didn't know he was there. But I knew that I wanted to hand him the food, but we left it at the main thing. So we're like, maybe they're gone because we were late. We were like an hour late. I was like, maybe, because he said he had to go somewhere. I was like, maybe he's gone. So I was like, I left the food there, but you're supposed to like pass it, give it to the main person and give it to him and hand it to him. But no, I just tried to be like as, you know, I didn't want to intrude too much, you know, because that's their home. I know it's still like it's a monastery. You're supposed to go there and seek refuge.
So, my last question, what was your most impression about our monastery?
I got, I guess, behind the scenes, seeing the way you all lived and how open you were to letting me in your home, or like they're like, hey, we're gonna feed you, and I was like, oh no, that's fine, you know, and they're like, no, you can eat. And I thought that was really awesome. But also seeing how much y'all are building it up and stuff, and it's constantly changing, and you do that all by yourself. You work as a team to do that. And then he was a lot stricter there. My boyfriend's like, he is in charge. He's the man in charge. I was like, yeah. I was like in class he jokes and stuff, but you know, he's, you know, the boys were, you know, asking him questions like, I'll get to you in a minute, and just it was like seeing my parent, like he was parenting, and it was really cool. Any other questions?
Thank you.
And I was like, oh, it's a monastery, it's gonna be out in the middle of nowhere. No. It was like right behind a gas station. I mean, this was a really windy road. I would suggest taking a truck if you do go, because this hill we could not get up with my car. I'm down there at the bottom. This is a hill that we walked up. It was an adventure. And this is a little bit farther up the hill. This is a view you can see the mountains and the things that I took potatoes, but I didn't really know where to get tofu at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I brought I took bread, peppers, potatoes, tomatoes, different fruits and vegetables. You can start from here, and everybody knows where Corden is, right? I live in Louisville, so it took me a minute. It took me like 2 hours to get there. And it's only a 45-minute drive. But it's like right outside, it's I-60. I-64? Yes. It's right behind, I drove past, and this is what we got.
Do you remember the date?
It was about 4 weeks ago. I don't even know what month it is. I guess it was like March 28th, I believe we went. This is, I was going to put up a map of Corden, but I lost the address. You start the river right there, and the road is, you can't even see the road. That's how high, oh, I think it's right here. Right here. This is the road that we came on. This is the top of the hill where I was taking the original picture. This is the rest of it going up. Now we've gone through the bend. We're carrying food up.